Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Mike's Talks and Thoughts here, back again with another video for you guys. And today we are here for the year-end recap here. This is going to be a ranking of every show that I saw in 2022. I did this video last year. We had 18 shows on that one. And you know what I had to do this year? I had to double that amount. We are coming here with 36. Yes, I repeat that, 36 different TV shows that I saw at least one season of in 2022. Each of these shows I will be going over and just giving a recap or a little review on that show and where they ranked for me in 2022. This could have been new seasons of shows that came out in 2022, older shows that I watched. Some of them I only saw one season, some of them I saw the entire series of, and we'll just be going through here and giving thoughts on each one of them. The ranking for last year's video will be in the description as well as at the end of the video here. And also, I'd love to hear your list or your favorite shows that you saw in 2022 as we come in here to the new year 2023. And 2023 is just going to be a great year as well for TV. So yeah, guys, sit back and relax and enjoy as we go through the 36 shows that I saw in 2022. Coming in here at number 36, we have Arrested Development. Coming here in last place, this was a show that I had high hopes for, and it was a little bit disappointing. I'm gonna say, the first season is what I saw. I saw the first episode of season 2. It was all right. I really liked Michael, Jason Bateman's character. And there were some good moments sprinkled throughout with Michael Cera's character and Will Arnett's character, but for the most part, just really didn't gel with the family or the characters in it. And that's what ultimately brought it down here to my lowest show of 2022. Definitely one, though, I feel like for the right person, it's going to be a great sitcom. But for me, it just didn't connect with me. The characters just felt a little off, a little flat. It felt too weird to me. Like, you know how sitcom characters are, but it just felt too weird and too crazy. There was some side plots that I didn't like. That ultimately leads to it coming here at number 36. Coming here at number 35, we have a little show called Siberia. And this is one that my buddy MVG Nick has been looking for me to watch here. And so I did. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking to me. You know, they have this little storyline of 16 reality show contestants are trapped in the remote wilderness of Siberia, and whoever wins gets $500,000, or whoever can last till the end. And, you know, it's cool at first, but then all these, like, paranormal events start happening, and each episode kind of follows that same strategy or same pattern where some paranormal event will happen and cause, you know, this big chaos event among the people, and you see these people going off on their own still, even though after all this stuff that's happened, and you wonder like why, and then it just gets really weird at points. I mean, it's definitely a cool, interesting show in that way, but it was just something that was good, but nothing too amazing for me. Coming here at number 34, this is going to be one that rifles some feathers here, and that's going to be The Bear. This is one that was one of the biggest fan favorites of 2022, but one that I couldn't connect with it too well. You know, I liked Carmy as a character, but I wasn't too crazy about his character as other people. People were praising him as one of the best characters of the year. I didn't really connect with him like that. A lot of the characters as well, I didn't really like as much. I do gotta admit, though, that the second to last episode in The Bear was absolutely phenomenal. That sequence of that one camera shot showing how tense and stressful the workplace can be, it was so accurate, and I loved that episode. That was by far the best episode. I just really couldn't connect with the characters, and also when I was watching The Bear, I was really looking at the time more than anything. It felt like stuff was dragging on, even though the pace it felt high pace. It just felt like it was dragging on forever for these episodes. And one that I definitely want to give a rewatch to before season 2 comes out, because I feel like I was a little bit too harsh on it. But that's just some of my thoughts why I just didn't really connect with it as much. But I know it is a classic show, and definitely one that I am looking forward to giving a second chance to and hopefully come around on it. Coming here at number 33, we have Twin Peaks. This was another show that, you know, I was really high on, and it just really disappointed me. Dale Cooper, though, I really loved his character. He was one of my favorite parts of the show, of course, as the protagonist or the lead. We have this disappearance of Laura Palmer here and trying to find what happened and who done it murder mystery. And I saw the first season and it felt kind of dated to me. Didn't really connect as well. And then you don't even get a conclusion at the end. And then I've seen a little bit into season 2 and I saw the movie and they just do this really weird thing, this little supernatural thing that just really doesn't work for me. It just felt too outlandish and too out there to be realistic in that way, or even feel sort of realistic. You know, TV is always going to have trouble, you know, always being 100% realistic, but coming to something like that just felt too outlandish to me. Definitely one that I might revisit, but definitely one that I wish would have climbed up for me. I know there was a remake in 2017. I was going to watch that as well, but didn't get around to it because I just didn't enjoy Twin Peaks as much as I thought I would. But it still is not a bad show, and it will connect for a lot of people. I feel like if you are a murder mystery fan, you'll probably like it, but you'll have to see how you connect with the characters in the story. And also take into account this is a show from the early 90s. Coming in here at number 32, we have one of the miniseries that I watched, Sharp Objects. This is one that stars Amy Adams in the lead here. Another whodunit murder mystery. We find these two girls that have gone missing or have been killed here, and basically it's just trying to find out in this little town who did it. Amy Adams isn't even really a detective. Well, she plays a news reporter in this, and she goes back to her hometown because, this is where the murders are taking place, and her news outlet in St. Louis wants her to go back and have a hometown reporter on the story. So she is really only a reporter, but she kind of does like detective and police work in this. And another one with a lot of these ones that are kind of down lower here, another one I just didn't really connect with any of the characters. Amy Adams' character is probably the best character on the show, but even her I wasn't too crazy about. I feel like at the end, the ending was pretty good, I will say that, because when you find out who did it, you're like, that didn't really satisfy me that much. But when you get to the last scene of the show, that's when, you know, stuff starts picking up, and, you know, you have who in your head did it this entire time, and there will be a little plot twist here and there, but you kind of have in your head, like I said, who you think did it, and it's good guessing in that way. Definitely one that I like a little bit better than Twin Peaks in that murder mystery aspect, so definitely one that I had to put up here above Twin Peaks, but still a little bit lower here for me for shows that I saw in 2022. Next, at number 31, we have Pepsi Where's My Jet. I have to shout out here one of my coworkers for recommending the show to me. This is one that I never really heard about this situation before. This one guy here, we see this commercial with Pepsi. They have these things called Pepsi points, and they have this, Heron jet here. And if you get 7 million Pepsi points, you get the jet. And, this guy devises this entire plan to win this jet, get enough points for it. And then when he does, Pepsi says, that was not a real thing. The commercial was not supposed to represent, that jet being accessible to people, because they came up with this catalog and the jet wasn't in the catalog, but it was in the commercial. And this whole legal battle back and forth. It's 4 episodes, about 35 minutes an episode. It's interesting. It's an interesting little story. If you like documentaries and limited series, miniseries, definitely one that I feel like you should check out. It's an interesting scandal here. I believe it was in the 90s that it happened, and you see how John Leonard here, he sues them, and then Pepsi ends up suing him back, and you see what happened, and it's cool. It's definitely one that will only take you so far, but definitely a fun watch. Like I said, if you like documentaries, miniseries, limited series, anything like that, I feel like this is one you should check out. And coming here next at number 30, we have Video Game High School. This is one that is definitely a little bit older, taking place around 10 years ago. And this is definitely a show that's geared more towards, younger audiences. So if you're around the teenager age, I think this is a good one to watch for you. This one here, we follow this kid, very clear hero, villain structure here. at this video game high school where everyone, is a gamer and fighting for gamer points and fighting here for this girl. That's kind of the takeaway from the first season. I didn't watch the next 2 seasons. I believe there's 3 seasons, but I watched the first season. It's definitely a cool little show. Definitely has a beginning, middle, and end as well. Again, a very structured story. If you like stories with a lot of structure and that follow just a beginning, middle, end plot with a clear hero villain, I feel like you'd like it. And if you're a gamer, past or present, you would definitely connect with this show. Coming in here at number 29, we have Close Enough. This is J.G. Quintel's follow-up to regular show here, and it's really interesting. J.G. Quintel actually kind of builds a character for himself. Mordecai is voiced by him and has his voice, and then you see his character here, Josh, in this show has a family, and it's kind of like regular show where stuff gets crazy and it follows this, like I said, family and their 2 friends and their crazy wacky adventures, but it just definitely doesn't have the same charm as a regular show. It doesn't have the memorable characters. It doesn't have those memorable episodes. The episodes are cool and all, and like I said, it's a nice fun watch. If you're a big fan of regular show and J.G. Quintel, you'll definitely like the animation style, of course, and the humor is kind of the same, but it doesn't hit the same as regular show. I will say that. I watched the first season. I was going to watch the second and third. I probably will come back to those. But if you're definitely going to check out a cartoon, I feel like, or an adult cartoon, I definitely feel like there's better options out there for you. But if you're a big fan of J.G. Quintel and you want to check out some of his other work, this is one that I feel like you gotta at least show some support on here with his show Close Enough. Coming in here at number 28, we have Clickbait. This is a very underrated show from Netflix here. Another whodunit murder mystery. I watched a ton of those in 2022. This was probably my favorite of the bunch we've gone through so far, as you can tell it being up higher on the list. This one, I definitely connected with the characters more, and the premise was a lot more interesting to me. We see this guy, Nick Brewer, and he gets kidnapped, and he's holding up a sign on a YouTube video, and it says, "At 5 million views, I die." And you're trying to figure out, why is he being kidnapped? What did he do? Is he involved in something that his family doesn't know about? And it just follows this cool story, and it follows the structure as well. Sort of like 13 Reasons, where each episode takes place with a different character. Like the first episode is his sister, and then his wife, and then you find out about other people in his life that you wouldn't even think would even make it into the story. And at the end, they try and do a twist that I feel like could have worked better if they had done the ending a little bit different. I liked the twist of the person, but maybe just them doing it could have been a little bit better. But again, another one, if you like whodunit murder mysteries and you're looking for another one that's a little bit underrated, under the radar, definitely check out Clickbait. Coming here next at number 27, we have How I Met Your Father. Of course, this one is going to be coming back with a season 2 here in January, and I will be checking it out for you guys. And hopefully it builds upon and improves upon season 1. Season 1 was solid. I feel like a lot of people wrote it off way too early. I thought it was solid. The characters are cool. They don't have the magic of the original show. I don't think it's ever going to reach the heights of the original show, but if they can tweak some things here and build these characters up and build this storyline that they did so well at the end of season 1 to build that moving forward, I think that this show has a lot of promise here. I love the little Easter eggs without not trying to overdo. I feel like they have a good balance at that, and just, finding out and finding the identity of these characters more, as well as building strong storylines and plot here moving forward. I think this show has a lot of potential to grow and become better and grab more people in for people who wrote it off at the start of the first season. Coming here at number 26, we have Clone High here. Clone High was such a fun show that I watched at the end of the year. This is one that you ever wonder what celebrities would be like if they were cloned and their DNA was turned to other people? That is what this is. You have people like Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Gandhi, Joan of Arc, Cleopatra are kind of like the main stars here. You also get like little cameos from Elvis and Marilyn Monroe. It's pretty cool, and it's definitely interesting. It has unique storylines. Abe Lincoln's like the biggest simp in this show. And this is also one that's rumored to come being back for a reboot, possibly, or a remake. So definitely one that I am gonna check out if they do come to that. It was a really cool show. You can watch it all on YouTube here, uploaded in full quality here. Definitely one you can get through pretty fast. Only one season, and like I said, if you love just like cartoons, animated shows, this is one that I feel like you should check out. Coming here at number 25, we have WandaVision. WandaVision was one that I had to check out, man. I put this one off for so long. I was gonna watch it in 2021. I watched like the first episode, and then I never revisited it in 2021. So I was like, you know what, I gotta get through WandaVision in 2022, and I did. This, for me, if you have to check out one of the Marvel shows, this would be the one to check out, because WandaVision is really cool. If you like sitcom aspects as well as like a drama, this is like the perfect balance for that. This is, you know, really cool, and it follows this interesting storyline with a nice, satisfying conclusion at the end. A nice, quick watch through. Definitely one that, if you're a big superhero fan, you've probably already seen. But if you've been on the fence about watching WandaVision, definitely one I feel like you should watch. WandaVision, it's a quick watch through, and definitely one that, again, superhero fan, Marvel fan, should check it out. Coming here next at number 24, we have We Own This City. Jon Bernthal as Wayne Jenkins gives one of my favorite performances from this. You have other people and other alumni from The Wire. You have Jamie Hector. Jamie Hector's sort of like the main Wire member that comes back, but you also see some other members. Characters like Pooh and Dookie come back here for this show, playing different characters, and it's another one that feels really authentic, and it shows like the cop life in Baltimore here and how corrupt the system was, and it's an interesting show in that way. This is, I believe, by David Simon, who created The Wire, and this was just a really fun watch. I watched this with one of my friends, and another one, really quick watch through. If you're a fan of The Wire, I feel like this is one you gotta check out as well. Coming in here at number 23, we have Dahmer here. Dahmer was one that took the world all by storm here, and I think was one of my favorite miniseries of the year. This was one that, you know, I knew extensively the Jeffrey Dahmer story. This is one that I think is very infamous in that realm here, and it was just interesting to see them put it to light, because I think they did a good job at the very end of highlighting the victims, and the silenced episode is one of the most heartbreaking, grabs you by your heartstrings, man. And I think they just did a great job of building this story. Nice little compact mini series for everyone to check out, that it was really popping off online. Again, I have a series review of Dahmer here on my channel if you want to check that out as well. Coming here at number 22, we have Mayans here. Mayans, my buddy Adam Miji Nick got me this shirt here. Had to wear it here for the occasion. Mayans was a really good show in 2022, and I can't wait for it to come back for its 5th season here. This is one that I'm still intrigued on what's going to happen. They left it off on a cliffhanger for season 4. Probably going to be coming back with the reviews for you guys when season 5 drops. I know you guys love that on the channel. Not much else I can say. If you want to see more in-depth on Mayans, I have videos going across all of the season 4 episodes, as well as a season 4 review here. So definitely ones that you should check out if you're a big Mayans fan here. Coming in here at number 21, we have Mindhunter, another one that I've done a series review here on the channel for, and one that was super interesting, another David Fincher one here. This is a really cool story of the FBI studying these serial killers and finding out what makes them tick, and you get very prominent appearances from people like Edmund Kemper, Charles Manson, Son of Sam, very ominous ones that everyone knows about, I feel like. And it was just really cool. They did a really great job of picking the actors for them. I love the little question that they bring up of, are they born this way, or can they be changed? And it follows like Bill's son in that way, and it's so cool to see, but it just didn't have a great conclusion. It had a good conclusion, but it didn't feel like that was the series, and it should have kept going on longer. I loved the story with Wayne Williams, of course, finding out about him, and they did that. That was one that I really did enjoy how they did that like in real time. So it's definitely a cool show. If you like serial killer shows like Dahmer, you would definitely be interested in this one. Psychological ones that make you think. I think this would be a great show for you. All right, here we're moving into the top 20. I know, guys, we've been talking so much here about these shows and trying to go through as much as we can while giving enough detail to review and recap each one. But here we're finally at number 20, and we have Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. I am a huge basketball fan, and even if you're not a huge basketball fan, this is just a fun series. John C. Reilly as Jerry Buss gives a immaculate performance. Jerry West in the show, the guy who plays Jerry West is absolutely hilarious. And then you have Magic Johnson, Kareem. It mainly follows Magic Johnson, his journey into the league, and it only covers really just the first year of the Lakers. So they still got a lot of seasons to go, covering the entire dynasty of the Lakers. I don't know how long they're going to make it, because I don't think they're going to do 1 year per one season, because that would just take too long. I feel like they're going to try and wrap this up in about 3 seasons here. So definitely one that, if you love fun, charismatic, charming, vibrant series, one that you should definitely check out. Coming in here at number 19, we have Pachinko here. This is one Apple TV Plus, and it follows a great multi-layered story of this Korean family, and you get from 4 generations and their story of surviving and living in some of the toughest times ever here. We follow Sunja. She's definitely like the main character. We also follow this character Solomon, who's like the main character of the present time. But we see Sunja's journey from her early life in Korea and then moving to Japan here, and getting pregnant here and finding someone and having this relationship with this other guy, and really just follows how far she's come. And there's gonna be a second season. And I'm super intrigued here because they left a lot of questions open for season 2 here. We see Solomon here. He's working at this big firm here, and they're trying to get this lady to sell her property. And, Solomon here is trying to negotiate with her. And, he ends up going back to his hometown here to negotiate this deal in Japan here. And again, it's just super interesting, this Korean, Japanese heritage, culturally, politically, socially. It follows all of that. If you're a big fan of any of that stuff, like even me, I'm not big on politics, but it definitely makes you think in that way. And you see traumatic events that happen. It's just a really cool story that I think they did a really great job with on Apple TV. Definitely one of their best shows from the year. Coming here at number 18, we have Vice Principals. Danny McBride here, Walton Goggins here. Absolutely hilarious show. If you love Danny McBride shows, definitely one that you should check out. I have seen Eastbound Down. I want to watch The Righteous Gemstones here. Vice Principals is great. Follows this, of course, in the school setting. These 2 vice principals jockeying for position to the top, and just really great dark humor jokes. Love the characters. The cast is great. Really fun adventures. I love the field trip episode when they go on the field trip. That's one of my favorites here. And really outlandish plots again. I'm usually not big on those. I wasn't really too crazy about the finale of it because it gets a little too outlandish and unrealistic, but it's just so fun that I kind of give it a pass on that. It's a really fun show. Definitely more on that comedy aspect, but it also follows a little nice story here. So definitely one that I would recommend checking out. Coming in here at number 17, we have Futurama here. Futurama, one that I watched through 7 seasons of, and it's coming back in 2023 with a reboot here, and one that it's just such a fun show. Bender, Zoidberg, Fry. It's so cool here. Leela is amazing. I love the cast. I love the characters. Bender is like one of the funniest characters. Zoidberg says some of the most out-of-pocket stuff. It's hilarious, man. Some of these really funny episodes, man. I can't get enough of them. I feel like, though, they could have gone without coming back with the reboot because I feel The finale is going to be, they probably shouldn't have touched that finale. I've heard really good things about it, so definitely one that I'm going to watch all the way through. But Futurama, man, again, another one. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it, man. Adult cartoon, man. If you're into the animation style, definitely one you gotta check out. I mean, here at number 16, we have another Apple TV Plus original series in Blackbird here. This is a crazy, wild ride here. You follow this guy, James Keene here, who, gets busted for drugs here and it gets sentenced to minimum security prison for 10 years. And then they sort of offer him this pardon deal or plea deal where he is able, if he's able to go into this maximum security prison and get this guy, Larry Hall, if he can confess to these murders that he's committed, then of course he's home free. But the thing is, Larry is a very interesting character. Like, he is so off the walls, and what he says could or couldn't be true. He's very mentally ill here, and we see just how interesting these conversations are between Jimmy Keene and Larry here. And the 15-minute drawn out conversations are amazing. I love the ending. It's just so crazy and emotional. I was just super hooked with this story. If you love charismatic characters, you'll love Jimmy here. Taron Egerton plays him phenomenally. This is just such an underrated show. I actually found about this show through Reddit here. I was looking through like crime drama shows and ones that I would like, and this is one that popped up. And I saw it came out in 2022, so I checked it out, and wow, this show was absolutely incredible. You gotta check out Blackbird, man. Coming here at number 15, we have Beavis and Butthead. Of course, here I'm referring to the reboot, Mike Judge's reboot of Beavis and Butthead I watched in 2022. This just brings you back to fun times, especially if you watched it growing up, man. Beavis and Butthead are absolutely iconic, and there were so many great episodes here that they came out with that just make you smile. Really great comfort show. One that I always look forward to each week that I would have a great laugh with. One that, of course, is never going to follow a crazy, good, overarching story, but one that if you just want to sit back and relax and watch something funny, this is one that always is on the top of my list for that reason. Coming here at number 14, we have Third Rock from the Sun. This is another 90s show here, and this is created by Bonnie and Terry Turner, ones who created That 70s Show. So if you're a fan of That 70s Show, you'll probably like Third Rock from the Sun. Man, this show just has so much heart and so much fun to it. 4 aliens land on Earth and are trying to explore human life, but they're in human form, so it's really interesting. John Lithgow gives an awesome performance. You have Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this series as well. It's really, really cool following their journey at work, at home, figuring out how stuff works. It's a really, really fun and interesting show that, like I said, has a lot of heart. I've only seen the first season, and I saw a little bit into season 2, but I definitely want to check out the rest of the series. I was just watching a lot of other stuff, so I kind of put it on the back burner. But like I said, if you had asked me one of some of the most fun shows that you'll watch this year, this would probably be like right at the top of the list. All right, here coming in at number 13, we have Severance. Severance, man, another one that took 2022 by storm. Apple TV Plus again, and Severance, man, was absolutely incredible. Of course, Adam Scott here as the lead was absolutely phenomenal, man. You have this idea of what would it be like if you could only know about your work life at work and your home life in your personal life, and it just follows this, and you're trying to figure out when are they going to figure it out and put the pieces together, and then you get this crazy plot twist towards the end, and the last episode is crazy. It's one of my favorite episodes of all time. Just keeps you on the edge of your seat. I will say it is kind of broken up into 3s here. The first 3 episodes are, building that foundation of who these characters are and what this premise is going to be, and it's a little bit long. Those first 3 episodes are around an hour long, but then the second chunk here is building the characters that you were introduced to and what's going to pay off here in the final 3 episodes, and then you get to the payoff, and the payoff is absolutely incredible. And they left on one of the biggest cliffhangers I've seen easily for so far this year, what they're going to do to start season 2. Are they going to pick it off like right where they left off at season 1? Like, what's going to happen? The twists and turns, the fun and excitement that you see, and just to get to that last episode, it's totally worth the watch. Coming here at number 12, we have Fargo. This is one that my buddy MVG Nick was recommending that I check out here, and it did not disappoint. Season 1 here with Billy Bob Thornton here was amazing, him playing Lorne Malvo. And then you have Lester Nygaard as well. These two just work so well together, even though they're so different and crazy. And Lorne is just like one of these crazy ass hitmen. And it's an anthology series, so it doesn't follow this story throughout every season. It's just the first season. So I only watched the first season. I watched a little bit into season 2. I'm going to get back into it. Season 2 didn't have me quite as hooked as season 1 did. Season 1 was absolutely incredible. The first episode and the last episode, by far the best. The only thing is, I wish the cops were a little bit better. They're definitely likable in this show, but I didn't really like them as much either. Got like the dumb cops or the ones that are smart, but they just don't really have that much characters or charisma to them for being cops. You know, I would rather like to see a charismatic, really cool cop in this one. You know, Molly is cool and all as a character, but again, he just doesn't have that charisma to carry that side of the story for me. But season 1 is absolutely incredible. Definitely why it made it up this far on the list. And 2022 had so many great shows here. Coming here at number 11, we have Narcos here. Narcos was another one that was absolutely incredible. Follows the story of Pablo Escobar and his empire. And Pablo is the richest criminal of all time. And it's really great. Pedro Pascal is the lead, and Pablo as well is like the standout of the show. I love seeing that. Again, if you love like cartel stories, drug stories, you will absolutely connect with Narcos. They also have Narcos Mexico. Haven't checked that one out yet, but definitely one that's going to follow more in that sphere here. And then season 3, they kind of give you with a little different group here. You know, you've seen this group before, and then you follow them and trying to catch them in season 3. It's a really interesting show. Really fun show. Another one that I've dropped a series review here for on the channel. All right, here we are into the top 10. These shows here, all of these shows, basically I have absolutely loved, but you know, the top 10 here are very prestigious and ones that I absolutely loved for this year. Coming here at number 10, we have The Blacklist here. I have been watching this with my good friend here, and we have been absolutely loving it. I love the pilot episode. It's one of my favorite pilot episodes of all time. Raymond Reddington's one of my favorite characters here, and following a different Blacklist member each episode. You know, a lot of people will say that the plot is too repetitive, and I do agree in some aspects, but I think they do a really great job of keeping the story lively and exciting and following an overarching story throughout one or multiple seasons, and having some of these Blacklist members connected with each other through maybe an entire season's worth. Some of them are standalone, some of them are connected with others, and that's one thing I really like, the connecting of these characters and seeing how everything fits into place. It's definitely one that has gone on for a while. I will get around to watching all of it, but I have seen up into the end of season 5 here, and it gets really crazy. So much is going on, and you're just trying to figure out what is going on, what's happening, what's going to be the next thing to happen. Definitely keeps you on your toes, and another one that's just fun to watch, exciting and fun to watch. Coming here at number 9, we have Arcane. This one is visually one of the best shows that I've ever seen. The animation is absolutely incredible. And I was never a big League of Legends fan, and then just watching this over 2022 is absolutely incredible. I watched a video beforehand on how the city and the structures worked, and that definitely gave me a really great explanation just on how big this world is going to be that I'm about to explore. And it was great, man. The storytelling was awesome. Silco as a villain is absolutely incredible. This story of Piltover and Zahn, man, Vi and Jinx, man, two of my favorites. It was just great, and I can't wait for season 2. I want to see what's going to happen. You know, this Control for Power. It's going to be epic, man. Like I said, just epic battle scenes, epic storylines, characters were kick-ass. Awesome show. Definitely one that is worth the praise, man, and one that I can't wait to see more seasons of, with this immaculate storytelling, great cast of characters, visually stunning. It just has all these pieces that work so well together that you will absolutely love it. Coming here at number 8, we have Banshee, a kick-ass action show, man. Banshee was one of my favorites, following this ex-convict here, 15 years he does in prison, and he gets out and he's trying to find, this money that he has buried in this town, and he assumes the identity of the sheriff that's coming into town after this big shootout at the bar in the first episode. Anthony Starr, as many of you will know as Homelander, he is the star of this show, and he is badass as fuck, man. So many great moments and episodes. There's 2 villains. There's one villain from his past and one from the present. It's really great in that way. You have the struggles of businesses in this small town. Secrets become unfolded. Again, you follow this past as well as this present. You have these crazy tribal groups that sort of get involved later on. Season 3 has some amazing episodes, man, and stuff that you think is really insignificant comes back later on, and you start seeing connections with characters, and great finale, great opening, great middle seasons. It's just great all throughout. 4 seasons. Job and Sugar, 2 freaking amazing characters. It's just, if you love action shows, you gotta watch Banshee, man. Coming here at number 7, we have The Sopranos here. The Sopranos, this is one of my favorite shows. It's not up there, as high as most people would think, but man, this is still an amazing, amazing show. I watched the first 2 seasons in 2021, and I watched the final 4 in 2022, and this was one of the best shows, man. I love Tony, I love Paulie, I love Silvio, Bobby, Christopher, man, just also great. The Mafia, the Mob. Season 5 and Season 6 are absolutely incredible. Season 4 was probably my least favorite of all the seasons. Season 3 as well was absolutely amazing. I think those are the 3 best seasons. So many, again, twists, turns. The acting is the best I think I've seen in any show. I think if you had to say, Mike, what's your favorite acting or show that has the best acting, I would say The Sopranos, man. Tony, Carmelo are like the clear sounds for acting wise. Christopher has a lot of great scenes as well. It's just, The Sopranos, man. One that you gotta check out if you haven't seen it already. Coming in here at number 6, we have The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is one that I have talked about extensively, especially in the later half of the year on my channel here. I was doing a review for the final 8 episodes, and then I plan on doing a series review. Tier list is going to be coming out as well for the characters, and I watched all 11 seasons. Yep, that's right. I watched all of The Walking Dead in 2022 here, man. I can't believe I got through it all, but it was so great, man. I loved it, man. I loved it. I was so nervous at first because I knew it took a dip at points in the show. I definitely agree, man. It ran way too long, and it's going on. It's going to be like this whole big franchise, but man, it's so fun. Especially those earlier seasons are some of the best, and even some of the later seasons have some great charm to them. I love the villains, love the characters, really great ensemble casts. What more can you say? It's The Walking Dead, man. One of the biggest shows of all time. Coming here at number 5, we have House of the Dragon. Already 1 season in, it's in my top 5 here. This show has so much promise. It took everything that I loved about Game of Thrones and brought it back, man. Season 1 was so great, seeing the dragons, and I loved House Targaryen. That's my favorite Game of Thrones house. I'm following more extensively on them. Of course, they're going to be talking about the Dance of the Dragons, and they also talked about how this might not just be a show for that. They might be talking about Aegon the Conqueror or the Blackfire Rebellions. Hey, stuff you guys know if you're Game of Thrones fans. This world is so extensive. I've always been against reboots and remakes, but if there was any show that could do sequels, it would be Game of Thrones. The world is so big, it's so massive to explore, so many different time periods, so many different places you can explore. It's absolutely incredible. My favorite world to explore, House of the Dragon, seeing the dragons, these new set of characters, HBO. It just brought me back to the good times when I was watching Game of Thrones. Coming here at number 4, we have Barry here. Barry was an absolutely incredible show, man. Bill Hader gives it his all here. We have Henry Winkler here. So great. We see Bill Hader. He is a hitman here, but he is also now an acting student, and you get to see these crazy, unique scenes with his girl Sally here, and him just going absolutely berserk here. I love the hitman scenes; they're absolutely great. Fuchs is great as well. The twists, the turns, what's gonna happen to Barry's he gonna get caught? So great. Brings me back to that Dexter vibe, as if he's gonna get caught. And then the end of season 3 was absolutely crazy. That's like the peak, man, of when the show was bringing its A game, man, and I cannot wait. I think like all 3 seasons are like on the same level quality as well, so very consistent show as well. But coming here at number 3 show, I think these two, Barry and Cobra Kai at number 3, they are so close, man. But Cobra Kai, loved it, man. This is one that I had a little bit of interest in, and I'd seen the first Karate Kid, but I had not seen the other 2. So I watched 2 and 3, and then I watched Cobra Kai, and wow, man, this is just such a cool series that follows Johnny Lawrence instead of Daniel here. Johnny is like the protagonist of this show, and bringing Cobra Kai back and seeing these new set of characters, Miguel, Robbie, Hawk, Tori, Sam, seeing this new generation of karate, and then now bringing it more global with the later seasons is going to be great, man. Cobra Kai, one that still has potential to keep growing and growing. Hopefully they stick the landing to this show. I love the new fighters. I love the characters, man. The adults on the show are kick-ass. Love the karate sequences. Love the All Valley tournaments. Probably some of my favorite episodes are those ones, and just can't wait for season 6 of Cobra Kai. Now here to the top 2. Number 2, I have Stranger Things. Stranger Things was great. I watched season 4 in 2022 here, but I'm, like I said, for the ones that I only saw the newest season, I'm also taking into account as well the other parts of the show, because I saw Stranger Things back in 2020 and 2021. Absolutely loved it. And season 4 did not disappoint, man. Season 4 was absolutely epic, a spectacular phenomenon. Each episode had me hooked. I couldn't stop watching. I had to binge it all, man. It was so great. People said the fandom has brought down Stranger Things, but I still love the fandom when you have the right people, man. You don't want the toxic people. Just get you good fans, man. Stranger Things is so great. I can't wait to see how they're gonna wrap this up, man. One more season left. So many unanswered questions. They did so much to answer in season 4, and season 5 I feel like has even more questions to answer on what is going to happen to end this epic journey. But coming here at number 1 is going to be Better Call Saul. Of course, here, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. I love this universe. It's my favorite universe. I talk about Game of Thrones, it's my favorite world to explore. Well, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, the universe is my favorite. The plot is immaculate. The characters are immaculate. It's just amazing. Bob Odenkirk, Ray Seahorn give some of the best performances here. And just like Breaking Bad, the show got better and better as it went on. Season 6 was by far my favorite season of the show. Like the top 3 episodes of the entire show probably taking place in season 6 here. It was absolutely great seeing new characters from the show like Kim, Lalo, and Nacho. And then you have returning characters, Gus, Mike, of course, Saul as Jimmy. This show was absolutely incredible. It wrapped up so well and comes in here, takes my top spot for every show that I saw in 2022. So that's it, guys. We have finished here. Every show that I saw in 2022. These are easily my favorite videos to make. Always love the year-end recaps, and I really want to see again what you guys have for your favorite shows of 2022 as we continue to grow here in 2023. Lots of great shows that I love recommending to you guys and talking about, and hopefully sparking your interest in checking out some of these shows. Always one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it here for the year-end recap and ranking. Hope you guys are doing well, Have a great 2023 here as we move into the new year. Take care and peace out.